Welcome to day 12, closing process group. Every mission needs a debrief and finalizing and learning for future success. Objectives for day 12, right? This is the closing process group, so we'll just get right into it. Understanding the purpose and significance of the closing process group. Learn the key processes involved in project closure. Explore best practices for documenting lessons learned, and then prepare for situational and knowledge-based questions on closing a project or phase. So the closing process group, and this is an overview, concludes a project or project phase. It ensures that all work is completed, deliverables are accepted, and documentation is archived. I don't know why I say it like so key processes within this, like I said, it's about all those three things. But why is it important, right? Why are those three things important? Well, it ensures formal completion, right? The close project or phase process ensures that all work is completed and that there are no outstanding tasks or unresolved issues, and that stakeholders formally acknowledge the project's closure or conclusion. 2, it facilitates knowledge transfer by capturing lessons learned. This process helps ensure that valuable knowledge is preserved for future projects, helping to improve processes and avoid repeating mistakes. Something that you want to do for others, whether or not it's going to help your project in the future or help somebody else's. 3, it supports transition to operations. The transition of the final product, service, or result to the customer or operational team is a key part of the process. It ensures a smooth handover and supports the continued success of the product after the product or project is completed. So some ITTLs, inputs that you'll see for this: project charter, accepted deliverable, project management plan, and OPAs. Tools and techniques. Now, before I get into tools and techniques, go and read through each definition that I have for this, as well as the examples. It's going to help you gain additional understanding for each input within this process. This is an important process, so I don't want to gloss over it, but these are similar to some of the things that I've been saying, so I don't want to keep reiterating those same things and you already know them, right? So tools and techniques for closing a project or phase. Expert judgment, right? Expert judgment involves consulting people with experience in similar projects or subject matter experts to evaluate whether the project has met all of its objectives and whether the closure is appropriate, right? So use expert judgment, data analysis, right? Regression analysis, trend analysis. This is going to help you put some information into the lessons learned register, kind of paint the picture of how the project went, right? And so you're going to be able to put this information into the lessons learned register, and it's going to allow people to actually determine, right, what were some of the problems that we face, what are some of the challenges that we face, what are some of the solutions that we came up with, right? How was our project trending, and how did we finish? People are going to be able to use that information that you've put into this lesson learned register to apply it to their project in the future. You also use some meetings, right, where you have sessions to talk about the lessons learned register, project closeout meetings, right? The formal meetings held to confirm all deliverables have been accepted and that stakeholders are satisfied with the project outcome. And then some outputs, right? The final product or service, which results in transition. The final product, service, or result transition refers to handing over the completed deliverables to the customer or the operational team. Examples down below. You have that, the final report, which summarizes the product or project, including its performance against objectives, the deliverables produced, the project's financial performance, and a summary of what was encountered, right? So key components of it, you have the project summary, the performance analysis, and the lessons learned summary. Read those definitions, gain a deeper understanding of what they mean, because you will have to know these for the exam. Lessons learned register. Lessons learned register is updated to capture all the key insights from the project. It includes information on what went well, what didn't go well, and suggestions for improvement. It's like an AAR if you're in the military, where you are documenting essentially that. What went well, like what were we supposed to do? What went well? What didn't go well? Right? Sustains, improves, right? And then how we would move forward and change how we operated this project. So you have some recommendations for improvement, like it says down below. And then there's an example that kind of gives you some insight into how you would do it with a software development cycle. So steps in closing a project, right? So you verify the completion of deliverables, obtain formal acceptance, transfer the deliverables, close procurements, document lessons learned, archive project records, and then you release the resource, i.e. personnel, physical resources, and financial resources. So key deliverables of the project closure, you have the final report, lessons learned register, and accepted deliverables. Read through those definitions, gain some more insight into how you would close the project, as well as what is the most important parts of this closure phase. Common tools and techniques in project closure that you'll see lessons learned sessions, final report preparation, and stakeholder meet. All simple stuff, all stuff we kind of covered in previous process groups. Just make sure you understand it before you move on. Challenges, right? Incomplete documentation. That's going to help. That's going to hurt everybody that comes after you who has a project that's similar, right? When you have incomplete or missing records, it can delay or jeopardize project closure. It also hurts you because if you can't close a project because you have missing records, that's a problem, right? And so now you have to do an investigation, figure out what happened, how'd you lose the records, yada yada yada. It becomes a big headache. Solution is to use a closure checklist to ensure all documentation is finalized. And then 2, stakeholder disputes, right? Stakeholder disputes may challenge the final deliverables. Solution is to address disputes by referring to the scope baseline and acceptance criteria. And then unfinished contractual obligations. Unresolved vendor issues can prevent project closure. Solution is to verify that all procurement processes are completed before finalizing closure. Hopefully you have a procurement organization within your organization, right, or procurement functionality. If you do, great. If you don't, you're gonna have to do it yourself. Practice scenarios are there below. As I said before, go through the scenario, read through it, right? Think about how you would answer it, and then look at the answer. And hopefully you're starting to align yourself with the answer insight and the PMI mindset. If you're far off, use that as a reference. It's not a go-to, like, this is the answer, right? There are different ways to solve different problems. Just make sure that you have a mindset that is similar to them, because as you go through these questions, you're going to want to evaluate it from a certain perspective, and you need that perspective in order to be a project management or PMI project management. So now we're down for the practice questions. Again, I have a playlist for this. Go out to the practice questions for day 12. If you want my input and look at how I move through these questions and how I evaluate them and how I break them down and eliminate questions, then go to that playlist and you'll be able to see how I break down each question for day 12. So end of day reflection. Closure ensures that the project's objectives are formally met and valuable insights are captured for future use. Reflect on past projects. Did you document lessons learned and archive all necessary records? Were stakeholders satisfied with the deliverables? Tomorrow, we'll summarize week 2 with a mock exam, reviewing key concepts from initiating to closing. So you'll have a mock exam tomorrow. And with that, I want you guys still study the processing map game and flashcards, gain deeper understanding, master them. Once you've mastered them, right, then you can skip. But I want you to master them and then at least do them every other day for the rest of the time, right? And so good luck on your mock exam for day 13. A 50-question mock exam. It shouldn't be too hard. Simulate your exam conditions. Don't cheat yourself, right? Go through each problem and make sure that you have a good understanding of what to do. These questions are meant to be easy because we're only in the second week, but as we move forward, the mock exams are going to get harder. With that, good luck. Without further ado, like and subscribe. If you haven't already, hit the bell notification, and I'll see you tomorrow.